Hello and welcome to another edition of World 360. I am Varnika Dhawan and today we are talking about three big stories from across the world. First, Netanyahu's plan for a renewed military push in Gaza and why it has stirred controversy. We also look at the likely meet between Trump and Putin and the tensions between US and its ally Japan over tariff. Let's start with Israel, where PM Netanyahu's plan for a renewed military push in Gaza has raised questions. On Friday, Israel's Security Cabinet approved a plan to take control of Gaza just hours after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowed to take military control of Gaza. The move comes despite mounting domestic and international criticism over the nearly 2-year long war. Netanyahu said, and I quote, "We want to liberate ourselves and liberate the people of Gaza from the awful terror of Hamas." He added that Israel does not plan to hold on to Gaza and would transfer control of Gaza to Arab forces for it to be governed. The Israel Defense Forces will prepare to take control of Gaza City while providing humanitarian aid to civilians outside the combat zones, Netanyahu's office said on Friday morning. On Thursday, when asked by Fox News' Bill Hemmer in an interview if Israel would take over the entire coastal territory, Netanyahu replied with, quote, "We intend to." He said that we don't want to keep it, we want to have a security perimeter. We don't want to govern it, we don't want to be there as a governing body. The details of the plan are still unclear and trickling in, but the BBC reported on the 5 big objectives of Israel's plan, which are: first, the disarmament of Hamas; second, the return of all hostages, both living and dead; third, the demilitarization of the Gaza Strip; fourth, Israeli security control over the Gaza Strip; fifth, the establishment of an alternative civilian administration that is neither Hamas nor the Palestinian Authority. Meanwhile, Hamas in a statement condemned Netanyahu's remark as a blatant coup against ongoing negotiations. Netanyahu's plan to expand the aggression confirms beyond any doubt that he seeks to get rid of his captives and sacrifice them, the statement said. The Palestinian Ministry of Foreign Affairs called on the international community to intervene urgently to prevent their implementation, whether they are form of pressure, trial balloons to gauge international reactions, or genuinely serious. Now let's come to Trump and Putin's potential meeting. US President Donald Trump is likely to meet Russian President Putin. A senior Kremlin official confirmed the report that Trump is likely to meet Putin and the meeting may happen as early as next week. This comes after US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff met Putin earlier this week. Remember, US has urged Russia to agree to ceasefire in Ukraine or face new sanctions. After Witkoff's meeting, Trump on Wednesday said, "Everyone agrees this war must come to a close, and we will work towards that in the days and weeks to come." If the meeting does indeed take place, it would be the first time that the US and Russian president will meet face to face in over 4 years. As per New York Times, Trump held a phone call with European leaders, including Ukraine President Zelensky. Trump said in a Truth Social post that he had briefed some European allies about Witkoff's meeting with Putin, which was focused on ending the 3.5-year war that began with Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. Meanwhile, Zelensky said on Wednesday that Russia seemed more inclined to a ceasefire now, but details of a potential deal are of great significance and neither Ukraine nor the US should be deceived by Moscow. Ukraine will definitely defend its independence. We all need a lasting and reliable peace. Russia must end the war that itself started, Zelensky said in a post on X. Whether a ceasefire can be reached or if there will be a separate summit between Zelensky, Putin and Trump, it remains to be seen. Now let's discuss what's happening on the tariff front as far as US and Japan are concerned. On Thursday, Japan's top trade negotiator, Akazawa, said that the US government has agreed to amend a presidential executive order to remove overlapping tariffs on Japanese goods. He called the issue a regrettable oversight. He said, and I quote, "It is extremely regrettable that an order inconsistent with the US-Japan agreement was issued and put into effect." So what exactly happened? Japan thought its export would be imposed with a 15% maximum tariffs if the tariffs in place on those goods were below that rate. And for goods that are already taxed above 15%, no additional tariffs would be imposed. But Trump's last week's order mentioned the exception on stacking reciprocal tariffs on top of the existing duties only for European Union. Japan's chief trade negotiator Akazawa flew down to Washington this week, and his statement came after talks with US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. So for now, the tariff issue between US and Japan seems to have been resolved. We will be keeping a close watch on the developments, but that's it for now. Thank you for watching.